Some people came up with the fear of God. That's where that came from.
Yeah.
I mean, people made it up, basically. I mean, and so the idea, if you think about it, why would somebody do that? To control people. And if you're going to control people using fear of anything, hey, why not use the big fear to get really maximum control, right? Fear of God, and then that connects to what? That connects to what? Fear of punishment, fear of doing bad stuff. How do you control people? You say, this is what we've decided that bad stuff is. And those people decide what's good and bad. What better way to control people's behavior in order to get them to do what's in your best interest, not necessarily in their best interest? So let me step back for a second. I have this thing, this view about control and contraction and fear. And you've heard me talk about this, how fear contracts us. It makes us, it drains our energy. It's not an expansive feeling, it's a contracted feeling. And we sometimes do dumb things, not good stuff for ourselves when we're really, really, really fearful. Well, if somebody wants to use that against us, what better way to control us but than to use that fear against us? So as a result, I've kind of come up with this Danger Will Robinson kind of thing in my own mind. Whenever, you know, Danger Will Robinson, you remember the old TV show Lost in Space, and you go, Danger Will Robinson, and the alarm would go off. Anyway, the computer would say, Danger Will Robinson, Danger Will Robinson. And so I have this kind of my own alarm system, so to speak. I see people starting to use fear to try to maneuver and manipulate people. Big red flag. They're controlling, and what's their interest? They have a self-interest in trying to control that person or that group of people to their benefit, not to the benefit of the people. They may say all of that, but they're not walking their talk. They're doing it for their own benefit. And so back to this fear of God notion, what better way to get people to behave in the way you want them, to control them in the way you want them, by saying that God said you should only do this, 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 and this. And if you do this, 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 and this, you're going to go to hell. You're going to be a sinner. And then, oh, by the way, you want to get out of that? You get a free pass? All you have to do is believe that Jesus died on the cross for you to get rid of all your sins. You get a free pass. Now you go to the head of the line. You get to skip to the head of the line. Not only that, but you get to skip to the head of the line in front of all of those other people who've gone to temple, gone to temple, gone to temple. You've never gone to temple. You've been a sinner. You've been out murdering people. You've been out stealing from people. But all you got to do is believe in Jesus, that he died on the cross, sacrificed himself, that his Father, Jehovah, sacrificed his only begotten Son for your sins. And now you are free of sins. You go to the head of the line, you get to heaven, you don't go to hell. What does that also do? That plays on people's perception of themselves that they are the center of the universe. That I'm more important than all of those other people who went to temple, or all of those other people who paid all this money. I'm not saying it's good to pay money, to bribe yourself your way, so to speak, into heaven either. But that's how the early days of Christianity and how Paul crafted this whole initial stage of the religion and became such a groundswell, so to speak, so many followers, because great, you have to do nothing except believe. You are guaranteed a place in this place called heaven, which Paul describes as this amazing place. In fact, Paul thought the end of the world was going to happen so quickly, within a matter of weeks. He thought the end of the world was going to happen, that he told people not to buy property. not to get married. He advised people. This is all in his writings. He advised people not to get married, not to have children, because he thought the end of the world was happening. It was going to happen before he could even get his message out to enough people. This whole end of the world thing has been going on for a long time. This whole illusion about the end of the world. There's not going to be any end of the world. You know, we are eternal minds. Our minds continue regardless of the physicality of whatever. But Paul used that fear to motivate people to become followers. Great motivator. Not accurate, maybe not truthful, but a great motivator.